It's pretty even. 9 wins to Scotland, 6 to the USA with 1 draw. But in the most recent encounter, Scots had a good win, 26-0. Going to have a look at the Scottish team. So sort of pulled in from far and wide. They've got a couple of lads, Kennedy and Ash from up in the north of Scotland. We've got Byron McGuigan from Namibian, born via a South African, Hamish Watson, an Englishman whose grandparents qualifying to play for Scotland. And then we've got guys like Colin Gregor and Fleming and company. They're genuine Scots by resident. Head of the United States team, you could say they're influenced from the Pacific as well. But Shalom Suniula and Roland Suniula were educated in Auckland, New Zealand, but born in American Samoa. And just looking at that lineup, they might be playing Zach Test in the forwards, Carlton Under, but that won't worry Zach, will it? He plays well.
Not at all, Keith. And I think having the guy with that sort of skill base in the forwards does create a mismatch for the Scottish team. Well, I'm quite surprised they haven't started Fraser Harkness in QG10 and 7 and Andrew Turnbull.
That's right, Turnbull's still in the reserves for Scotland. A real speedster. Carlton Under with me in the commentary box. Carlton Under played the IRB Sevens Tour in the first 5 years it was in existence and was in the New Zealand team, and New Zealand always won. Carlton Under 113 tries in the IRB Tour. That's a pretty impressive. Still the New Zealand's best.
I know it's been a long time, Keith, and thanks for those kind words. I knew I loved you for a reason.
And also I've got the list here, and it goes over 3 pages, so Carl will be making copies and wallpapering the spare room at home. We're all set to go in this one. Remember, this is a Shield semi-final, and there's young Maka Unufe, Colin Gregor, the captain of Scotland, the little guy they call Budgie, who has this incredible record of starting and playing just about every minute that Scotland has been on the field on the IRB Tour this year. This is the 4th tournament, and he's the smallest guy in the Scottish team. And there he is, number 5, leading from the front, the edgy player at all. Okay, we've got Carlton Under, the former New Zealand player, as they marched up 10 metres with me in the box. These are quite different conditions to yesterday, but let's concentrate on this run by Scotland, 5 metres out. It's just a little bit more testing for each of the players. Swung away by Ash. Now, there's Gregor going back straight into the meat part of the game. And that's the corner flag in the background. Here comes Scotland. Kennedy, McGuigan. This is what I'm talking about. Colin Hawley breaking out for USA. He's a Rugby World Cup 15s player and a full test player as well. Running with it one hand. Gets it away to the new guy in the team, Maka Unufe. Zachary Test up towards halfway. And now it's with Mike Palafau. So we've got a good moving start to this game.
Yes, indeed. The United States once again keeping possession. Now they go to the right-hand side, Keith, with the numbers.
So there's been a bit of drizzle and a bit of rain around, but it's not worrying these guys. Andrew Durutalo charging through. So what's the things you concentrate on a drizzly day, Carl?
Well, it really is the level end, and a lot of these teams will take it into contact and won't use the ball in the wide passes just as much. It is very much harder to get that long ball across. You can see their 4 numbers from Scotland just having to secure that ball.
Number 11 for Scotland is James Fleming. He's very quick. They've got 2 quick guys, but Turnbull, I don't know if he's injured. He's not starting the last couple of games. They put a lot of faith in this new guy into the squad. Here he comes. Byron McGuigan is going to get a try here. Nobody wants to chase. And that's well done for the new man in the Scottish team. Born and raised in Africa. Qualifies through his mum being a Glaswegian.
Well, he got a treble yesterday for their last game to McGuigan. He has the nose for the line. See, they're only in a short space, maybe 20 metres to get the ball out, but he spots where the space, and it's in behind. United States not employing a sweeper, they're all up in the front line. That's just too easy for mine. He backs his pace. Great skill. Speak about the conditions, Keith. Well, that's another option that will become more and more prevalent as the day goes on. The little chip in behind.
So a nice kick there by Colin Gregor to the try by Byron McGuigan, 7-0.
The Scottish team here, they'll be pretty happy with that start. They want to take it to the set piece. They'll try and play the wide game. The United States conversely will want to do that, get the ball wide, try and get it to their speed men.
Turnbull on the right of that shot on the bench there, very quick, bit of a veteran on the tour. Here comes Andrew Duratalo, one of the new guys. Test up towards halfway comes, gets away from the defence coming across. And diving into this Hamish Watson. Played formerly in the very famous Leicester team in England. He's got through by his grandparents. That's away from Adam Ash. Gregor trying to change the direction. Elusive run by Fleming. Well, that's impressive. There was a good, keen chase coming in from two Americans, but he got there, and that's Scott. The old flag of St Andrews waving.
I'm looking forward to seeing the footwork from this man, James Fleming. It was a quick cut just there, just missed tackle. Just showed a clean pair of heels, didn't he? Just uses the arms, gets the legs moving. Look at the knees. There's too much gas, too much fitness on day two.
Marco Yunufe, the guy that was in the charge there, the chase, was the latest American footballer to come into the US squad. He's a wide receiver from Provo, Utah. Next tour stop is in USA next week. A lovely kick from the side. That's two wonderful conversions in difficult kicking conditions. As we look at this one again, Fleming.
You can see he just draws in the defence. Two defenders over chase. The third one put an arm tackle out. Here's the chase there from the number 7, the man you're talking about. Newfie, they're just not having enough gas. That's just an easy try. The Scottish team, though, Keith, people remember, did test New Zealand in that first game, so they can play this game.
Well, they led New Zealand at half-time 7-0. They sure did, and they did pretty well in their other games. Lost to Samoa 21-14. They're still in the cup competition. And then gave Japan a bit of a walloping, 55-0. So they lost that a bit surprisingly to Kenya. The USA have had 4 losses, and with the greatest respect, they haven't bothered to score as much. This is the 4th game where they've scored the honourable rugby score of 0 out of the 5 games they've played, but they've got chances in this game to change that. Michael Fado. Gregor finds Ash, finds McGuigan. Fleming to his left. You see, it's a little treacherous underfoot. Referee, incidentally, for this one is Samoa's Tui Komiti. Oh, nice connect there. Here's Kennedy. He's got good feet too. In other words, he's very elusive. A little bit of a tap dance there, but a casual pass, and it's difficult to get control of it. It's a whole new, different type of rugby today.
Yeah, these conditions, Keith, you really do need to just go down on that pill. No 50-50 passes. They'll tap in it, and Fleming here on the far side went down in their pass. He's got caught with his ankle underneath, maybe done something to his knee. Scotland can ill afford to lose their number 11.
Time off.
There's a lot of impetus going forward. By two, Guigan has been spectacular for them last couple of games.
Here's Adam Ash. He's one of those guys that went out to the Youth Commonwealth Games in Australia, where there is rugby sevens. Continues the expansion of the sevens game into the major sports tournaments around the world. Late last year there was the Pan Am Games having sevens for the first time, and there is Adam Ash and others from other countries here were at the Youth Commonwealth Games last year.
Come forward, White.
Which I think was on the Isle of Man, not in Australia. So Sean Kennedy come up through the grades in Scotland, played for them in 3 age group levels, and now at 7s. There is nice pass to Gregor, just finds his captain. Colin Gregor. Americans get him at last. Roland Suniula, but lost forward. There we can see the half-time break. 2 excellent conversions by this man of 2 fine tries by Scotland. At the break they lead by 14-0.
Jared goes up against the time flag. You're moving in for the 1 spot on the right side. Okay, go. You go out. Yeah, let's go right ahead.
Now, it's interesting, Keith, I was talking to Al Caravelli, the United States coach, and he was saying that a lot of his players don't have the basics of football, just the easy things that we take for granted in a rugby country, just passing in front, left to right, right to left. When he gets these players, he really does have to scratch everything back and start again. Just see the difference at the moment in these conditions of those who do the basics well, and at the moment it just seems to be Scotland.
With the ball is Roland Suniula, one of three brothers who play across the 7s and the 15s for USA. I'm sorry, that's Shalom Suniula. There's his brother. And these members of a fine family. Andrew Suniula came to New Zealand in the Rugby World Cup 15s in 2011. That's just months ago.
Obstruction. You.
Well, referee Tui Komiti from Samoa has made an obstruction call, and that's a ball handed over to the United States.
It's interesting setup too there from Scotland. They were very flat. It was on for a deep ball into the corner, but now they get an opportunity here, the United States, for the Suniula boys.
They play alongside each other, first 5/8 and second 5/8 in the Rugby World Cup. Slightly different combination of the two of them. Here they are, a bit of backyard stuff, and it's worked beautifully for Roland Suniula.
Well, that's all about instinct, as you said, Keith, playing together, brothers out the backyard. It was a behind ball. They set it up well. They said players' emotions made the defence make an option. He fakes to the left, had a dummy runner, hit the behind man, see the defence of McGuigan come up. That's what leaves the hole, and they couldn't get across in the form of McGregor. Great try.
Good to have you on board, Carl Tanana, reading the 7s game here beautifully for us, and for a guy like myself to see it. I sit and watch the stuff for ages, and then I say to myself, how come I never saw it like Carl Tanana did? It's the expert view we're seeing here. Now, this has made an interesting, they're within strike distance now, but the clock continues to tick here. But it's a good time left, 5 minutes plus for USA to close this game up.
Isn't that the beauty of this game, Keith? Even though the United States haven't played well in the first half, they score that try and the game's changed straight away. They still have an opportunity to win.
Deep kick taken by Fleming, scored the try, back to his captain. There we are, more kicking in the skiddy conditions on the second day. Great Scottish commentator Bill McLaren used to say, in the slippy conditions. There's a nice run by Shalom Suniula. Hawley presents, way into the backs now. Garrett Bender is into the game. And here also is Mike Palafau. They're going to get the score, are they? Test lunges for the line. And it's, let's see what the referee says. Roland Suniula would like to think he's got his second.
I believe that's so. Okay, thank you. Time on.
There you go. Try is scored.
Good consultation between the referee and the assistant referee, and he gets the second try within a minute. There's Roland Suniula, but it's well worked once again. Just watch the defend here. Here's his brother, Shalom Suniula. Fleming just goes too high. It's just too powerful from the right hand of Suniula. Shalom on this occasion. Just watch number 2, Palafau, just back himself. I thought it was over 2, Keith, but they do well. Do the Scotland defence, but in the end, it's the way. Ooh.
Well, maybe there should have been an earlier meeting.
I think he said, did it go back? That was the question.
Yeah, it didn't. It might not have gone forward. It might have come across the field in rugby union. Can't inch it forward in any way. And there's the sideline shot for goal, which is a nice kick. It's just missed. So this is now 14-12 to Scotland, a very narrow lead. Does this roll forward? Maybe not. Maybe not. Good call. You can see the assistant referee there with the flag looking in right over the top.
Yeah, he was in great position. One neat, none with you, Keith. I think that's the right call. Just look at the body language of this United States team. Changed dramatically.
They're really tearing into it. A few subs have come into the game. That was Hawley going forward there. Now it's McGuigan giving it off at the burst to Kennedy. Now here's Yunufa. Here's a new guy, but he's kept his head there, got it away to a nice new attacking bullet formation to the left and right of the runners, and now it's taken forward by Roland Suniula. Nice work by Shalom. Hawley. Early tackle there. on Garrett Bender.
Time off.
The double blow on the whistle was never good, Keith, as you see the yellow card coming off.
And I think Colin Gregor said, aye, you're right there, aye. And he hits for the bin. He knew it was coming.
This is huge in the context of this game with only 2:40 left.
Bring it here,
Miracle advantage to the United States, and they'll take their time, I'm sure.
So any score here will get them into the lead. Roland Suniula takes the tap to his brother. Nice wide passing. Palafau, test. Good aggressive runner. McGuigan hanging on for grim death, and a chance for Scotland to clear.
Just see what possession means. The United States have had all of it in the second half. Scotland have had nothing. They've been pinned in their own half. They're in front. They'll just take it to the set piece, try and eke down the clock.
Time off.
Time goes off.
An injured player way to the left. Here he is. Mike Palafau is the injured player. He's from Utah. There's 50 inside player too. There's Colin Gregor in the bin.
Talk about basics, Keith. That guy there, Shalom Saliula, showed a lot of it here. Just the early tackle. I think that's all right for me. I don't think it's a yellow card.
No, it was a narrow decision, wasn't it? Hairline decision.
Time on.
I think referees just have to keep their heads here. Maybe it was a penalty at best. It's just so hard to defend when you're one man down in the game of sevens for 2 minutes.
To see USA on the board with points. They lost 21-0 to South Africa, 29-0 to England, and 10-0 to Wales.
Someone in.
They did also lose, which must have been a shock to them, to the Cook Islands.
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Asking the referee about the time remaining. Well, there's a bad mistake by Scotland. Not only do they only have 6 on the field, they've given the possession away.
It's a huge mistake, and it's a hard throw when you throw it that long. They just needed to go to the front, go early, go quick. You're the one in control of the timing. Get it on the 5 straight up.
Mark here.
And they try to go back to the 7 metre, and now everything's on the United States. Number 4, Shalom Saliula with the ball. He's the key.
Crouch.
Remember the combination of the brothers there.
Pause. Engage.
Halfback and the first receiver. There they go. Roland. Probing to the gap. That's Watson is the tackler. Hamish Watson. And on the field is Miles Cradwell. He's very quick. Another football player. Paulie Cradwell.
No hands!
There's the 22-metre line.
Play on.
Oh, was that man offside? Yes, he was.
Last on foot, get the offside.
So hard, isn't it? When you're on the ground, the ball comes back, you're not to grab it, but just a bit of game sense here. And once again, Scotland will just slow this play down to eke up 30 seconds. They'll go once again to the line out, I'm sure.
That gets this man back on the field. He was very keen. It was called back to do. You do the crime, you've got to do the time.
Yeah, bring him on.
So here he comes into the game. About the only time he gets a rest in these tournaments is if he has time in the bin. Colin Gregor.
See him straight away though, marshalling his troops. He's the organiser. He knows he just needs to win this line out. He'll kick it out and take the win.
Yeah, we looked at the scoreboard clock, which says just seconds remaining. You can see it there. It's just merits the big port hooter. It signals the end of the game, and now we're in referee's time. And well taken, a good jump there by Michael Fado, and they kick it out, and they win, and they progress, and we say thank you, USA. We'll see you next week in Las Vegas as Scotland go through to the Shield final with a close win, but a good win over USA by 14-12. Nice to see Colin Gregor just have a smile and a handshake with the referee who just binned him just seconds before. These pictures are just beautiful, aren't they? From the game just completed, Scotland progressing through to the Shield final.